Kilpailussa mukana Ramirent. Kotikatsomon eväät tarjoaa Kotipizza.
Hello and welcome to the round one back nine here at the second stop of the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour in Tampere, Finland. This coverage is brought to you by Natural Born Disc Golfer. Thank you guys for sharing this with us here at Gatekeeper Media. And this commentary is brought to you by Parked Podcast. My name is Mitch Phillips. Joining me is my co-host, Hayden Riccard. What's up, man?
Doing good. Ready to get on to the back nine, see how these ladies play out on the back nine. Eveliina shooting the -2, man. That's impressive.
The only player under par after the front nine. And if she can continue that onto the back nine, it's going to be huge. I was checking with our leaderboard here. Henna and Justine not very far behind, and then a little bit more separation. Like we said coming into this in the front nine, if you can continue on and stay close to par, it's going to be a phenomenal round. But a lot of really tough holes coming into the back nine. You want to walk us through hole 10?
Yeah. Hole 10 can be a little bit difficult too. I mean, look at this gap that you got to get out of. That is going to be your crucial initial thought walking up to the tee. And then a big shot for a second shot, par 4, 653 feet. Definitely a tough one that's coming in to the right side, laying up a little bit guarded. And then also you got OB long and then a little bit of casual around the basket.
Yeah, I mean, this hole really has it all. But like you said, we're going to see a couple different ways to get through this gap. This is one of them. If you have
the power,
a ridiculous power, if this comes back, oh my gosh, perfect. Absolutely.
She's playing phenomenal right now.
I doubt we're going to see all four players go over the top. Yes, as we see Heidi throw more of the traditional turnover, just trying to get out to the middle. And that is great glide, actually further than Eveliina's.
A little bit cut off, so she'll have to possibly go with the forehand there.
Yeah, Eveliina gets style points, though, as we see the forehand maybe a little bit inside for Maija.
And she knows it. Mm-hmm. See what Olivia can do to attack this hole. Goes inside, looks really good. Yes.
Oh, absolutely matching Heidi's line there. With the forehand again, as you see that stick between her feet, just trying to find footing. Finds a double kick, but land yourself in the fairway. This is good for Maija.
You can see her almost slip there with all that mud. And you can hear them talking about it. That was scary.
Yeah, I mean, you're sloshing around at this point with some of these.
I mean, you don't want to get injured. That's the biggest thing. It's like injury is something you want to look out for.
Yeah, it's finding the best footing you can as Olivia going to the turnover, kind of laying up.
Kicks out, so it's not OB.
Yep, yes. It does. Yeah, and really to attack this green for the birdie, it has to be a forehand.
Yeah.
Unless you just go pin high, straight shot. But as we see going on the attack here is Eveliina. She has this distance for sure, maybe this nearly 300-foot range, but a little bit too much turn.
She'll have a look at the basket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's difficult to find that out of bounds long, just because of the placement of the basket. As Heidi going similar shot off the tee, this needs to keep turning.
Get a kick out or kick down.
I'm unsure. I believe that is safe. As we see the forehand attack. Oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
What a shot there from Maija Laitinen.
And that just checked up real quick, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the natural Anheuser release she does have on the forehand as we get a look at the first forehand from Olivia. Great spot as well. And that natural release point of the Anheuser for Maija kind of changes up the stability of disc that she throws in that forehand. But I think it opens up more lines. If you're confident with that, you can shape shots a little bit more. Oh, just high there for Olivia.
Yeah, she's looking at that like, what the heck?
Yeah. That's one she's definitely made many, many thousands of times.
Yes.
As Heidi finds par here.
Par here is great.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with it at all. And I think a bogey too as well.
Yeah. What did this hole play at?
It is at...
Oh, and Maija just left side.
An average
all
of
chains.
5.31. So
yeah, Par's picking up a stroke and more.
Mm-hmm.
As Maija kicks left and finds the double bogey. That's unfortunate there. High right side
Almost
for
wanted
Eveliina.
to come out.
Uh-huh. She knows it too. A little grin on her face. And it'll be the bogey for Olivia as well.
In.
But with the score, I mean, averaging 5.3, I mean, that's right around what our card averaged here. So moving into hole 11. Goodness. 387 feet, par 3 with no movement left to right. Dead straight, slightly uphill. And
I think goodness is an understatement for this hole.
it's keeping it clean here for the coverage. I mean, this is brutal. I mean, being uphill. How wide do you think this fairway is? I mean, on camera, it obviously looks
30
a little
foot?
bit. Yeah.
30,
maybe.
40 foot.
And that is a phenomenal shot
probably,
there.
Probably 30 foot.
Putting her mid-circle 2 with a look for birdie. Trying to use that left to right movement.
So much if you're trying to use that left to right movement.
But I mean, this is max distance for a lot of these players, so being able to use as much of the fairway as you can is a great decision. But when it leaks and catches those kicks, it's unfortunate.
And Maija just holding onto that one a little too much and gets the first available.
Having to go to the forehand scramble she's become comfortable with after the front 9. I believe she went really high.
Yeah, I think she went high on a gap that she saw.
Yep.
And Heidi just having to pitch out.
Yeah. Fortunately, we didn't see any of those pitch outs on the front 9, but I think we're going to see a lot of them here on the back 9.
Yeah.
This needs to turn, and Heidi just catching late.
I mean, back 9 puts its teeth in early. You see Olivia
she
slips there. Hopefully she's okay.
Oh, that is worst case. Trying to get to your disc, trying to find casual, and it's flipping in to the water. All smiles there, knowing that she's okay, but gonna have a cold foot. Oh, an insult to injury there. Gosh. And you can see less than 400 feet, but the amount of scrambling
You go
and
off
kicks
the
and
you go off the fairway, you're in trouble.
yeah. Again, Maija finds just still hasn't been on the fairway the entire time, having to go to a knee now. Puts herself in circle's edge. Olivia hoping to not find water again, but so close to it. I mean, you can't jump putt. I mean, her disc finding the water again, as you can see it there.
Just trying to put it close.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't have to worry about it. And that it's interesting that they let that play as casual, but I wouldn't want it as OB either. As a course designer,
No, it'd be insane.
it'd make it 10 times harder.
Oh my gosh,
But
you would see double-digit scores if this was out of bounds. But Eveliina,
it still acts like it though, because you're
Right.
off there and you're like, okay, now I'm in water. I gotta go back, but you're still cut off.
yeah, and Eveliina even being inside the circle
is
still
missing.
cut off,
Yeah.
just still with a weird position. And short left and high for Maija again. It's gonna be a big number here on 11.
No doubt. Big numbers probably all across the board.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and these baskets
Heidi.
just being brutal to these women. I mean, it's tough. Like we said on the front 9, and I mean, if you're watching this, I'm sure that you've played on these Prodigy baskets before. It is difficult. It's a very specific kind of putt that this basket wants. But if you have that floaty putt, it's going to kick it out. These are very heavyweight chains.
It's a good par comeback.
Mm-hmm. And Maija finds the triple bogey.
I think Heidi's at
Yep, Heidi as well.
triple.
And Olivia getting out with just the bogey is definitely strokes on people.
Easy enough. Hole 12, par 3, 433 feet. Another one that is playing with a tight fairway with a bunch of trees. I think you see these players go fairway and just trying to get it clean and as far as they can down there with max height. You can see the height comes into play here. And if you don't get that much turn, you can see Evelina's
double kick all the way
kicking
back.
into trouble over there.
Yeah, and you say fairway, meaning the driver and also trying to land on the fairway.
Yes.
The second of those being nearly impossible if you don't have a specific amount of turn.
This looks okay, but still off the side. I don't know what she has from over there.
She have a little bit more of a straight shot.
It's just, it requires so much turn and to hold it for a distance.
This is really high and inside.
It's more inside. It may get lucky.
Yeah. Hitting the wood chips. Yeah, if you can have footing on those wood chips for your second shot. I like this play from Maija going to the forehand. That is perfect.
I mean, it's a forehand-shaped hole.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get to the pin with the forehand, but it does put you in a lot better position to play this as a true two-shot par 3 as this hole is playing as par 4 nearly.
Yeah, and you can see Eveliina having to just pitch out because she had nothing else. And Heidi not getting enough turn. May have a look, but footing's going to be a little bit off. Maija going another forehand. Still in the fairway, though.
Yeah, just inside the circle, I believe. But forehand, it's a great play. I would be extremely surprised if there were any birdies on this, and maybe even less than 5 pars. As Olivia just a touch too understable disc, not having that forehand pan out. Eveliina after her pitch out, now going to the forehand. Dude, they run every single upshot. Like, if you're within 200 feet in the European FPO field, you got to be expected. Like, it's almost like a culture that the European FPO has created. It's like, nah, you're running it within 200.
Heidi hitting another tree.
Oh, man. Olivia with kind of an odd step out here. What a look. Just high right. This would be a great save here for Heidi off the top.
Just a little bit too much height there.
That would have been an incredible par there for Maija.
Forehand.
And after starting with 2 triples to be able to come back. But like we said, this is really playing as a par 4 for the FPO field, and as it rightly should. I mean, it's a 433 feet, turning right the entire way, small fairway, lot of room for error and just terrible kicks as we see the double bogey for Heidi.
And Eveliina taking a bogey as well. It'll be her first bogey on the back nine, and that's only 2 so far.
Yep. And then we see other players, Olivia with 3 in a row here on the back 9 so far. Let's move into hole 13, par 5, 820 feet. This hole has it all. Dogleg left off the tee. You're going to see players throw a fairway driver to that. Then they get to this landing zone, another fairway driver, maybe a mid-range, and then a long straight attack into a treacherous green. A lot of things can go wrong early. The middle kind of eases up a little bit, sets you up with a shorter shot. But really this tee shot, you can kind of go for it straight up the middle as Eveliina throws this to perfection. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's go to the slow-mo here on the drive.
You could hear it.
You can't really draw that better.
When she pulled that, you could hear it too, that she was like, I'm going for it.
Wow. Matching the ground, putting herself in a great spot here on the par 5 of hole 13.
And hole 13 starts a treacherous back 9.
Yeah, it
gets-
starts this.
You thought
these
it was
4 or 5
difficult
holes.
at first on the back 9. Wait till after these. It just
Yeah.
keeps getting worse.
What did I call it on the other things?
I do not remember.
Wood chip lane of death or
Yeah,
something. It's
something like that.
when there's wood chips in play here at Tampere, it's a difficult hole.
Hey, and Maija gets clean off that kick a little bit. She's in the fairway.
And that kind of makes the second shot a little bit harder, cuts her off just a bit. But like I said, it's par 5. You have room to play with it, as Heidi just a bit early as well. But kicking right, if you have a window, actually opens up that second shot a little bit more. As you can see, she can flex something and have a little bit more movement. But again, that casual water pushing our players back further and further. And that's going to be a difficult third shot for Heidi.
And Olivia just playing pitch up golf. Trying to get to a spot where she's going to be able to attack the corner.
I like this play from Maija. She didn't throw the fastest disc, didn't try to make the corner, but on her second shot wanted to make sure she had a really easy footing. And the opposite of easy footing. Another
just
pitch
trying
out
to
for Heidi, yeah.
Push it to the corner where she can attack the next one.
Great kick there at the end. Olivia throwing her third shot, just trying to make this second corner.
A little bit long, but
Oh, and it kicks too straight.
she's going to be there. Maybe a little bit guarded.
Mm-hmm. Finally get to Evelina's drive. And making the second corner. Getting herself with good footing to be able to attack. We may see your attack for birdie.
I think you'll see it.
Yeah, this back 9 is really interesting because it's not difficulty in the distance. It's difficulty in the touch. I mean, if you can throw, on most of this course, honestly, if you can throw that 325 to 375 consistent distance and land within maybe a 30, 40-foot range, you're going to find a lot of ease. But if that's a distance where you're having to throw your fastest disc, trying to get there really hard, and you slowly bring in a lot of error, this back 9 is going to eat you.
Yeah, real fast. I think it's going to eat you, and you're not even going to know it.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to put it close is Maija.
Yep, that looks great. That 15-foot range there for Laitinen. Heidi having to pitch out. And these blue stakes you're seeing are all casual. There's a lot of runoff, a lot of difficulty to have that be cleared. So
That
they're
was
going to
an
play those.
understable disc.
Mm-hmm.
Very understable.
Surprised to see her not go to that, what probably is a Firebird, that green champion disc. She's thrown a lot to kind of try to flex it.
She's on the backside. I think she's a little long.
Mm-hmm.
With Olivia here with a
Crazy look.
I go for it.
Inside? Yep. Off the cage.
And
And it's rolling. Still rolling. Just didn't realize it. Hopefully that sat.
I hope so as well.
That delayed. I believe this is for birdie? And Eveliina?
Yes, that was for birdie.
And Maija getting one to stick for par.
That
Great
is
game plan.
great
So different
par.
than Evelina's to go attack. To maybe not put your foot all the way down on the gas pedal was Maija, and just finding the par is so good here on 13.
And Heidi being a little bit frustrated at herself.
You hear that wind coming in now, maybe realizing if she put the nose up, it would have carried over it, but what did this hole play at for this round, Hayden?
It was looking at a 6.38, so
Stroke and a
Stroke and
half
a half.
almost, yeah.
for
Unfortunate.
no birdies.
Yeah. Nope, yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Eveliina had a look.
Yeah, it's not a surprise with how difficult this hole is.
No, but two of our players picking up the par as Heidi finds the unfortunate 9, the quadruple bogey.
On to hole 14, par 5, 935 feet. This one is another difficult one. You really want to land left of this pond here to give you a better look at the next fairway coming down, and it's going to dogleg right to an elevated spot with the basket.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to play this. And when you reach that nearly 1,000-foot mark on a par 5, you're chopping this hole into 4, if
Pieces.
not 5, 6 of the shot that you trust.
Yeah. Playing safe off the tee. And hopefully this lands short of the pond.
Oh, and it catches the
gets
top.
right off the top.
Oh, and I doubt she realized that she could even get that distance, but finding the double skip off of it.
We really haven't seen a disc go in there. I think she might be the first one that we've seen so far.
Yeah. It's going to be early for Maija. See if Olivia can correct off this. Maybe something in between as she reaches for a fairway driver. This needs to turn.
It's trying to.
Yeah, similar spot as Maija. And you can see already, I mean, looking at our scores, this back 9 is brutal. Heidi looking to correct after the quadruple on 13.
Everyone's short except for Eveliina, who went long into the little pond.
It's kind of a weird tee shot as Maija, I believe, doesn't
Did that
make
just
it out.
kick
Yeah, I
back?
think it came back. Yeah, it did. She's having to go again. As this gets up and out. That's a great shot.
What a play.
Yeah, I'm interested to see in these next 2 rounds how the tee shots, the decision goes at this hole, because you saw Eveliina go, full pedal to the metal, try to just make it very far and maybe a little too straight, but then you saw our other players just kind of in this weird in between of like,
Yep.
I have the distance to maybe make the corner, but I did just watch Eveliina go long. So it changes your play.
This is leaking left. Believe that is fine.
Yeah, and it is mandatory to go through this hallway. As we see Olivia throwing her 3rd shot here, trying to just make it forwards. That's
Great
so good.
forehand.
Mm-hmm. And beyond that right side, she's probably going to continue to use the right gap.
Yep.
Which we really haven't seen a lot of players. This is the smaller of the 2 gaps. As Eveliina uses the rules to her advantage here, just putting her, be able to come straight back and have a little bit more of an angle open up. Really good use of that.
Another kick off the tree, but luckily
Keeps her in
it
the fairway,
stays
though,
in the
yeah.
fairway. Now that change, there is a change this year to what Eveliina did
Mm-hmm.
in the rules. Obviously, it's not in play here because
Yeah, this was
before.
Yeah, this was in
the beginning of
2021,
what- yep.
but
The change to it is a direct line of sight to the basket,
not to the mandatory.
not
So
to the mandatory.
this course will definitely play different next year, but this year being able to use that to the advantage is well done.
Yes.
As Maija puts herself in a attack position to the green, as a forehand dominant player should be good.
Just needs to turn.
Yep, getting clean through that. What is this? The 3rd fairway on this par 5
Yes.
is so good. I mean,
You
now
just
she has
break
a
it up
clean
into
look.
chunks.
Yeah.
First one, second one, third one, and then you're looking at the green.
Yeah, it's just 300-foot par 3s.
Yeah, just totally. I mean, you could fit probably three,
Yeah, you probably
three
could.
of them in there.
Oh, and as we
Olivia
expected, having to use that right
kick.
side. Yeah, the right
Do
side.
you think
is so
a fairway
small.
would be better there? Or not fairway, sorry, forehand would be better from that play?
I mean, if you're trying to get to the basket, no. As we see the right side smash there. Wow, what a shot there!
I don't
from
think you
Eveliina.
can get to the basket either with a forehand, but I think it's the more open play.
right. We see her go to the forehand now as the backhand. completely blocked off.
Solves
Just
it
early.
off just
Yeah.
a little bit. There is a back door over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Maija fights through to the kind of circle's edge area. Giving it a run.
Do it. I want to
Right
see
on
it so
line.
bad.
I know. It's right on line. So many of these are so close. If you haven't watched the front 9, first, what are you doing here? This is the back 9. But second, so many highlights of approaches. Eveliina just lays up.
You can see Olivia back there.
Oh, and catches early again with no line. Oh, the frustration.
That's what this back 9 can do, man.
Yeah, the rough is so thick. Maija off the top.
That would have been a great putt.
Yeah, it would have been a good save. And we're going to see some high scores here from our players. Only a bogey after going out of bounds off the tee is phenomenal for Eveliina. Brings her back to even. The triple bogey for Maija. It's a single bogey for Heidi as well.
Not bad, though.
Yeah, this
For
whole
how
playing,
many trees she hit?
Right, this whole playing at what, 6.3, 6.4?
6.69.
Wow. 1.6 over par.
I don't even want to know what I would do.
Yeah, it's brutal. Onto hole 15, par 4, 564 feet. A tee shot reliant here. You can throw a fairway driver mid-range, just try to set yourself up and be in the middle. We're not playing to that basket there on the right. We're playing a different layout where you're going to have a blind green. Getting par here is going to be good because it's going to be, attacking that blind green is not going to be very possible with how small the gap is if you don't make it around the corner.
And that's your initial thought, is just trying to get and push as far as you can to that gap or outside that gap.
Mm-hmm.
There is a back door I think Eveliina's going towards. No.
Finds a little bit of kick.
A
That should be a good
short.
spot. Yeah, prime is going to be right about where your camera's looking now, right before those evergreen trees. Going to the mid-range here. Heidi just playing for placement.
Yep.
It's great.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I would assume we're going to see maybe mid-range and then a fairway second shot.
A little early there from Maija.
And same mistake here for Olivia.
The distance on this one to look at the gap, like around that corner, it's probably deceiving for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, being only 564 feet is a shorter par 4 as Maija goes sky anhyzer forehand. An unfortunate
Something
rollback,
she
but
might have.
yeah, have a small gap here. Olivia probably in a similar position, but going to the backhand, just trying to make the corner. But like you're saying, the distance off the tee to make this corner, it looks shorter than it is, and it's so small. Because if you throw something very overstable, then you're sawed off. But if you throw something too straight, you're turning. I mean,
Yep.
It's such a good fairway design.
I think she has a run up at least to get out. Yeah.
Yeah, not gonna make it to the green with that shape, but gonna be looking right
And she
at
doesn't
it.
get into those junipers, those evergreens. She'll have a backhand to the
Mhm.
green.
We finally get to Eveliina's drive.
Going
Trying
around
to
the
go
backside.
back door, yeah.
Okay, do you think she goes around the side she
I
intended
think she goes
to?
hyzer.
Or hyzer around the easier side?
Yeah, she's trying to push long. Oh, and finds a
What
skip.
a skip.
Oh.
That was looking so good.
Mid-circle too, but that would have definitely put her close, catching that last little bit.
Olivia trying to put it close.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Great shot there from Olivia. Good correction after those first couple. As you predicted, Maija with kind of a turnover backhand, just trying to flex it back into the circle as she does in that 20-ish foot range. And her putt's been on so far.
Yeah, it's been, I mean, not too bad. I mean, she's getting lucky on a couple of the putts, but it's not very errant right now.
No. And Eveliina will have that look for par.
I'll give it to her.
Oh, looking to float one in, just high chains again. Yeah, this card has been all over the basket. Let's see if Maija can correct. Great putt. Yeah, just a single bogey here. This hole, a lot of these par 4s playing closer to par 5s.
This one playing at a 5.
There you go.
5 even.
Yeah, stroke on the field there. Staying at even through 15. Yeah, with 3 holes to play, we said at the beginning of the front 9, being close to that even score is going to put you on that lead card for sure. As you can see, the rest of our card here in the double digits. Great par there for Heidi.
Yeah. On to hole 16, par 4, 784 feet. Big open fairway, long distance. Gonna be a 3-shot par 4. Getting to right about here on your second shot to give you the layup for the basket in the green area that has just one tree left.
That one tree, but just, yeah, it comes
can
into
get
play
in the
more
way
than
a lot.
it should. Yeah,
Then you see full flex, trying to get as much distance as you can, trying to
too
push
much flex.
a little bit. She's gonna play with the trees over there. But like I said, this hole is a long uphill shot.
Yeah, maybe just a bit high. If that has enough forward carry, it's going to be a good spot. Yeah, it's going to be short left. Going to see a pitch out for the second shot there for Heidi. See if Maija can correct and throw more of a straighter shot. She just holds on just a bit too long.
Hopefully it comes back.
I think. Oh, wow. It comes all the way back.
Wow.
Puts her in a great spot. There's Kindstedt. Yeah, and these players going with more of a hyzer shot, just a placement, instead of trying to make the corner with the hyzer flip. Maybe the wind is a little bit more than it looks like on camera, not wanting to throw that understable disc.
That's where you'll see a lot of these shots end up for your second shot.
Yes, that slow left to right panning shot. So really, if you can make the corner on the first, it's going to be a forehand approach to get to the green. But with none of our players making it around the corner on the first, we're going to see, you know, the backhand second and maybe a forehand approach, or just try to get to that circle's edge. But we see Heidi probably having to go to the pitch out. It's so unfortunate to have to do that on a par 4, but just a little bit short, it gets really difficult. Oh, and that was going to the basket.
Yeah, that was going a far way down the fairway. I think she's going to try to put this one pin high.
Just pin high left, maybe have a look for a long putt. Yeah, and she does that. That's where most of the shots are going to be. Yeah, is that kind of leaking left.
That's that natural fade of this fairway and the way that this wants to finish.
To get down.
It does. Just outside circle 1.
Yeah, one of the least guarded greens on this course.
Going with a roller.
I don't know if that was intentional or not. It sounded
I don't think so either.
It sounded like she hit something on the way out, but going to be a difficult next shot. Eveliina just too much angle. Find yourself long. Yeah, and that can happen when you have an overstable disc. You put a little bit too much snap on, it just kind of glides out forwards instead of fading. So she'll have a long look, but that is for par. As Maija takes it to the skies.
Heidi going with the backhand. Yep, just putting it close. No worries at all. Eveliina's probably going to run this one. So close.
Mm-hmm. Short left for Olivia.
A little bit of frustration there, as you can see.
Yeah, back nine definitely not going her way. Great putt there for Maija. Getting the bogey. Eveliina to follow also with the 5. And as we said, these long par 4s playing a lot closer to 5. So that really, even though it is a bogey on the card, you're looking at the number. You're not really looking at the color of the score. 3 of our players finding the 5 there. Not bad at all. Sorry, all of our players finding the 5 here. That's right. Heidi had a great second shot, being able to cut off some distance. Moving on to the penultimate hole, 17, par 4, 630 feet. This one you want to get straight out of the gap, backhand or forehand if you want to bite off a little bit more, and then you're going to snake your way uphill the entire way with this slowly turning right. The first shot really sets the tone if you're able to play aggressive and make it up the hill. But if you're not making it out of this gap, this hole can get really high numbers really fast.
Yeah, it's a hallway for sure. I like the forehand play, and what a kick forward for Eveliina. Holy smokes.
Yeah, not making it out of the gap, but being able to be a lot further forward than
100 feet, maybe 150 feet forward.
Mm-hmm.
That is so lucky.
Heidi going with the backhand here, something late turning.
Just simple, getting out.
Mm-hmm. They really don't even need to throw a turning backhand on.
No.
It can just be a straight flip up to fade. Maija is a forehand dominant player, hoping to get out. Straight kick down is not a bad thing, though. She'll be able to get out in her second.
Yeah, that.
You see you reach a point where you're just kind of laughing at yourself and knowing that you got more rounds to play.
Yeah, you got one hole left today. Shake it off.
This can turn just a bit more.
It was looking good if it missed that last tree.
Mm-hmm. Oh, at least did she hit her hand there?
Did she hit her hand on the tree?
Ah, it did sound like it. Yeah, hopefully she's okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was a loud snap, and you saw her shake it afterwards. Yeah. Hoping she's all right.
I've done that before, and it does not feel good at all. I don't think hitting a tree with your hand anyways.
Hitting there's not many things that you go, man, if I hit my hand with this, it's not going to be that bad. Like, if you hit your hand with anything, it's not going to feel good.
It's going to hurt pretty good.
No. It's going to hurt terribly. Eveliina trying to bite off more distance with a turnover backhand. Hoping it doesn't leak too far straight, and it does, where it's going to be a weird position.
Be weird footing and weird.
She'll have a straight look up the gap, but what'll be interesting is we get to Heidi's drive here. This can hold over. Oh! Just
looking so good.
That was going to be so
she got
perfect.
Far up the fairway. It's
right.
Just that the way that shot was shaped out of her hand looked fantastic.
Yeah, it was definitely exactly what she needed to throw. Great commitment and speed. It's a little early from Maija, but it fights through the entire way. That's so good. Going to be a layup from there as the screen does drop off a lot on the backside.
Olivia here with her third shot, getting up all the way as well.
As these trees just aren't real for the two players that are on the right side, just fighting all the way through. And as we thought, Eveliina having to go to kind of a weird snapshot.
Just too overstable of a disc. We'll have the uphill putt from there.
Yeah, it's going to be guarded too with those branches hanging over as Heidi seems to have found herself in a hole. Oh, again, just catching. Looking high up here, trying to maybe spike something down to the green. Yep.
A little long.
Skips long, and you can see just outside circle.
Yes, it has to be just a
She's-
layup. But the way she's been
yeah,
doing
she kind of
this,
second guessed herself.
yeah, she did.
That's going for it. Oh, sit down. Okay, it curls back, but hitting.
You saw
hitting
the change
logo.
in how she played it.
And Olivia, after seeing the chance that it can roll, not
No
giving
intention
it a
of doing that.
go. Eveliina to save here. Yeah. Oh, sit.
Okay.
Flipped over and probably slid back down a bit. So we go to Heidi from circle's edge. Straddle putt here, uphill. Low again. Oh. And after the roll away, Maija finds another roll away all the way to circle's edge.
Where Heidi was.
Oh my goodness. And that's what happens on these raised baskets. I mean, these greens are mean. It's a great putt again, and it rolls away again.
I thought it sat.
I thought it did too, as Eveliina's
and
disc.
then I saw it watch.
So
At this
Maija
point, I
having-
just lay up.
Yeah.
I take my medicine.
She, again, right. Hopefully this sits. Please sit.
It did not.
And at this point, yeah, you can hear the frustration. Yep, the mental fortitude. So
Quadruple
unfortunate.
bogey.
After great shots across the board, finds herself with the 8. So unfortunate. Single bogey there for Eveliina.
Double bogey for Heidi, and Olivia's going to tap in her bogey as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that hole has it all, man.
Moving on to 18, par 3, 351 feet, elevated on top of this mound. We've seen some crazy, but also we haven't seen a lot of birdies before on this
No,
one.
this is a hole where if you're gonna birdie it, it's almost needs to be a very understable disc lay on the right side. A lot of these discs just want the height to get to the basket. If you're short, you fade all the way down left.
Yep, just like this one, but hey,
It catches though.
catches perfectly. Yep. She'll have a look for the birdie.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot complain. And the wind, you can see picking up just a little bit. Olivia's shot here.
Yep, and this is the mistake here. If that was a little more turn, it would have been all right, but a lot of these are just going to filter down to that left side. And being as short as that is, too, it might be really difficult to find the fairway. Yeah, this looks great for me.
Get on there. Yes.
Oh, wow. So good.
It's so smooth, too.
Mm-hmm. Using the entire shape of it. And Maija to match this late turn. Does it have the distance to get on top? Yeah, it does. And 3 great drives from Riccard here to be inside the circle on 18. That's something we didn't even see out of the men's field very often.
You see Olivia went all the way to the other fairway.
Oh,
that got a weird bounce
kind of,
off the mound.
Mm-hmm, kind of sliding back down left. Here's her par shot. Just low. Thankfully, it doesn't hit and roll. So a lot of discs can do that with the wind coming in, with the height of this mound.
Yeah,
Yep,
see Hayden
right there, yeah.
not having it.
Feeling the headwind.
I think Maija runs it. It's just who she is.
Yep. I like her
Luckily,
play
it doesn't
style,
run away.
Yeah, it doesn't roll away, but I mean, her play style really is just full commit. Even when she's feeling a little bit off. I mean, that says a lot about your mental game to know that, yeah, maybe a little bit off, but I'm not giving up. I'm not changing my game plan.
Yeah.
Oh, this needs to sit down. It does curl back. Would have been a phenomenal birdie. And it's bogeys for Maija and Olivia. Eveliina steps up for her par.
Good par putt.
Yeah, good way to finish it off.
Another par from Heidi.
As we see two of our players not even, with one par.
It's a brutal back nine.
Yeah, that back
You
nine
see a
is very
lot
difficult.
of colorful scorecards.
Eveliina staying at the single digit of +2 over par, and the rest of our card very far out of reach, unfortunately. And it's hard to not expect it. These two battle so much.
They
Eveliina
are
and Henna.
always back and forth.
It is just a 2-horse fight consistently, but a couple of new names we're going to see on the round 2, but 6 and 8 strokes back from our two leaders here.
Eveliina,
Let's go to an interview here with Eveliina.
Taas kärjessä. Mitkä fiilikset tähän?
No tosi hyvät fiilikset, tuli selvittyä tuo tuulessa ja yllättävän vähän tuli plussaakin, niin hyvät fiilikset.
Saanko sä harjoiteltua, kun täällä oli aika mutaasta ja eilen tää oli aika sateista ja ollut oikeastaan koko viikon aika sateista?
Mä ehdin silloin ennen kuin tää rata suljettiin, niin mä asun tossa lähellä, niin ehdin pari kertaa salaa tulla reenaan tänne.
Yes. Millä mieli huomisen?
Yritetään parantaa tulosta, lähdetään siitä.
Tsemppiä siihen.
Kiitos.
Kiitos.
Yeah, and great to check in there with her. Your leader after round 1, but a lot of golf left, Hayden.
Ton of golf.
Yeah.
And maybe the next round will be a little bit better. I'm hoping so. But
yeah, we'll get to
it's
watch the lead card.
Brutal.
Yeah, like we said, being close to par is going to be ideal, but we're going to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Parked Podcast. I've been Mitch Phillips.
I'm Hayden Riccard.
And we'll see you for the round 2 front 9 here in Tampere, Finland.